knows your music. He speaks your mind. And he's got you locked on. Your online radio. The new online radio that makes you happy.
Good evening, my beautiful listeners. This is MBS, Mind, Body and Soul and Knowledge Worth Sharing. It feels so good to be with you again at this beautiful night. It means a lot to be with you because you, my beautiful listeners, you make sure that MBS keep going and MBS keep sharing and MBS keep motivating and MBS keep encouraging and inspiring at the same time. This is the voice of inspiration, the voice of hope, the voice of encouragement. We all have some difficulties in life, but guess what? I made it my motto, I made it my middle name that each and every time I choose to be happy. Despite of the situation, we are human. We always have different days. Some days are good, some days are bad. You just have to learn how to treat each day as it comes. I'm your host, Raymond. I am staggered by your generosity. Thank you so much for your support. It feels so good to be with you. To those who just joined in, yes, this is MBS, Mind, Body and Soul and Knowledge Worth Sharing. You can catch us on Google Podcast, iTunes, Spotify. You can still catch us on Podbeam. You can catch us on Anchor FM. You can catch us again on TuneIn. You can still catch us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Just click, share, comment, and subscribe. A couple of days I spoke about time and change. I want to continue regarding that issue, time and change, and what time did in my life and what time did in my life and what change did in my life. A couple of weeks ago I spoken about the man behind the mic. Yes, I'm going to continue sharing my story, how I end up becoming behind the mic. It's very nice and exciting to know who you are talking to and who are your listeners. And to you, my beautiful listeners, I'm challenging you, please. I want you guys to be on the station very soon. I want to have a family conversation. To those who really want to tell their story, you are welcome. Leave a voice note. You can leave your comment. You can be a member by following the station, and then you can leave the message there like, Raymond, I want to tell my story the way you tell your story, so that people know who you are and who I am. And we're sharing. This is family. MBS, it's a family station. We share everything. Today I just want to share with you what time did to me and what change did to me, how I approach those two items when they present themselves in front of me. Oh yes, before I can go too far, I just want to say, to Bezos family, The man lived his life. George Bizzo has passed on. What a sad news, but he played his part. That's what I like about the man. He played his part. He did what he had to do in this country, and for that I will always remember him. I remember the first time when I met him, I was in one of these functions, and I took a picture with him. It's somewhere there on my Facebook. It's a very good memory. I love the man. He, the few words he said the day I took a picture with him, he said, you know what, do what you have to do so that you can become who you want to become. I was once asked the question, it's one of these funny questions. The question was, what is it that you want to see written on your tombstone? Wow, that was one of the most difficult questions, and it took me a couple of months. It took me almost like 6 months to answer that question. And the reason why it took me so long is because of, you want to be remembered for what you have done. We cannot write something on your tombstone on something that you never did. So if you want this to be written on your tombstone, you have to make sure that before you leave this earth, you have fulfilled those things. If you want to be a legend, if you want to be a superstar and all that, you need to live towards that direction. But the question still remains, will that be your vision? What is it that you want to live here on earth? Yes, time and change. What time did in my life and what change did in my life. To be honest with you, I just want to tell you just a small story that says, when COVID-19 came, it has unlocked my mind. It has unlocked my mind. I had a passion of radio before, like even before COVID came, like 2 years back, I had the passion of radio. It was burning inside of me, but I didn't have the main reason, the fact that's going to push me to become what I wanted to become. I have neglected a lot of things that could have made me a better person because of the salary check every month. I chose to limit myself, and I chose to limit myself because you know what, I am limitless. You are limitless. Time and change has created me to see that, you know what, Raymond, you're limitless. When COVID-19 came in, those who said it never shake their mind, they're lying. Everyone was affected when COVID-19 came in, and I had a lot of time to introspect my life, to examine my life. I had enough time when the lockdown came in, and I had to do some changes in my life when lockdown came in. Time and change brought myself to myself. I had to face myself. I had to stop running away from myself, because every day it was me, and I had to deal with myself face to face, to tell myself, like, Raymond, this is you. You have been procrastinating. You have been giving excuses to say you don't have time. Now you have time. And what COVID-19 did, this is what it did. It took away all the resources that I had, and the only thing that I had access to was a source, and source was God. I only had access to God, because I think you all remember that the restriction of COVID-19 was you cannot visit your family and whatsoever and all those kind of things. It took away everything from me. It left me with me, the person that I've been running away from. It says, Raymond, sit down, let me introduce yourself to you. Yes, the only connection that I had was with prayer. And the only access point, only accessible connection was God. Because God lived beyond time, beyond change, beyond COVID-19. During COVID-19, I was confronted by the real Raymond, not the fake one, not the wishing Raymond, but the actual Raymond, the one that God created. It said, the knowledge that you have, the information that you have, this is the right time now to start sharing it with people who needs it. I might be getting information somewhere where the other person cannot get information. It's time for me to start sharing information. This was the time when MBS started. It started around April, but it started functioning around May. Why? I was forced by the situation. My back was against the wall. I had nothing to do at that time because everything was taken away from me. But I had knowledge, I had information that I needed to share with people, which was encouragement, motivation, and inspiration. Because I have been inspired all this time, it was time to pour out the inspiration and the motivation to other people. The selfishness came to an end. That whatever that I know, I need to start sharing with other people. Believe it or not, when COVID-19 came in, it shattered a lot of people. There are those who got affected physically, but the majority were affected psychologically. It drew a line between success and death. It drew a line between whether you will do it or you're not going to do it. It gave us two options: stay at home and suffer, don't have access to anything that you wanted to have. And then it says, go outside, you'll get infected and you can die, or you can bring the very same disease inside your family. That is what we call torture. I had to inspire, I had to give courage to the people, while me myself need to be encouraged and to be motivated during that time. But the question was, how do I reach to those people while I'm sitting at home? That was the birth of MBS. I had to wrestle with myself. I'm not a person who talk a lot and stuff like that, but I had to wrestle with myself. But at the end of the day, I had to pick up the mic. Being behind the mic, I never thought I will be behind the mic. But God made sure that, you know what, Raymond, I want you behind that mic. I want you to start inspiring people. I want you to start motivating people. The only thing that I had was a mic and computer. That's all. One day I'm going to take a picture so that you see how I do my programs, how I do my shows. I'm just sitting at home with a chair, desk, and the computer right there. Everything that I'm sharing with you, I'm sharing you something that is written in the Bible. I'm sharing with you something that I was shed to, I was motivated by. I have my own mentor who's mentoring me. And mind you, my mentor is not a sweet talker. He tell it as it is. If you are wrong, you are wrong. If you are right, you are right. but He's very loving and kind. That's God. It has not been simple. I never thought I'll be behind the mic, believe it or not. I never dreamt of that. But each and every time when I started picking up the mic, everything is starting to flow. It came out in such amazing way. It's such amazing way, in a point where I never thought I will ever do such a thing. But God said, do it. I will support you. 1,000 steps, 1,000 miles started by one step. I believe that there is someone out there who just like me. They wanted to push their dream, they want to push their vision, but they just do not sure. They are not sure whether this is the right thing. Here is the secret. Ask your Creator. Ask God. He's the one who's going to tell you that this is the right thing for you to do, or it's not the right thing for you to do. Believe it or not. It's very, very, very disturbing. In lifetime, we have time. There is a specific time for everything. There are people who are coming into your life for a reason and for a season that you should know. They come for a specific season, they go. They come for a specific reason and they go. Unfortunately, as much as we keep praying to say, God, help me to become a better person, God sent a teacher to teach you to become what you wanted to become. I'm still saying, ask your Creator. That is why each and every time when you're experiencing a problem, for an example, you just bought a phone, what do? You open up the manual. Yes, we all have a manual, the Bible. God gave us the Bible. Your story is in the Bible. Your real life is in the Bible. If you read the Bible with an open heart, with an open understanding, you will manifest the real you. You will achieve the purpose why you were brought here on earth. Inquire to God. God, you brought me here on earth. There was a purpose that you created me for. Please, Heavenly Father, reveal yourself to me so that I live for the right purpose. That is why, we feel so surprised when you see a person who's playing basketball or whatsoever. They're at the peak of their career and then suddenly they die. And you're like, but why? The question is, what if those people, they have done what they're here for? It was their time. They have done their part. For an example, Jesus died when he was 33, and because of he has done what he was supposed to do. What more else was he supposed to do? That is why at the cross he said, it is finished. It's very hard. Some of the things that we are meant to start doing, we don't want to do them. But at the end of the day, God is God. He's the one who has the final say. He's the one who has a final say. If you were created to play a trumpet, to reach people's heart with your beautiful music, do it. If you were created to, a gift is been given to manifest at a specific time, and then that gift, it motivates other people to see their gift through the gift that you have been given by God. And just imagine you are sitting there with that gift you don't want to do it, you are depriving other people. Because through your gift, some people will see their greatness out of you. Because I believe and I understand that one gift complement the other gift. That is why there is time, there is change. Allow change to take place in your life. Life is the best teacher out of all. You can go to school. That is why even though you can read the Bible, there is no way where it talks about university, it talks about grade 12, it talks about all the grades. It talks about life, because life is the greatest teacher of all. Because in life you learn everything. Education is there to enhance you to become a better person. But you discovering your gift, it's life. Education complements the gift that God gave you. Then you become the world's greatest person. All of us are unique. It becomes very funny. This is Raymond. He's talking behind the mic, but he's very envious about the doctor. These are two different professions. Why am I envious and bitter? Because I can't be a doctor. It's not for me, it's for him. If I speak good about what he's doing, if I speak good about his profession, that he heals people, it's a good thing. Because if I get sick, he will heal me. Another thing that I really like to raise about my journey with MBS, how it started. You know, I taught myself that I cannot be competing with the big radio stations. I can't, because if I would have looked at the big radio station, what equipment they have, I would have never started MBS. I compete with myself. What I did yesterday, it have to be better than what I did. What I did yesterday, it have to be better than what I'm going to be doing the following day. So what I did, it need to improve. It's either 1% or 2%. So if I did 10% today, tomorrow I need to do at least 3%. I'm competing with myself. Because if I'm going to be competing with other people, I won't go anywhere. I'll develop envy, jealous, and all these things, and I will lose what God created me to do. Stay in your lane, stay focused, build yourself. MBS, believe me or not, MBS, it has started, and I'm very, very surprised that, you know, since MBS started, this is the 5th month MBS is been running, and there are listeners all over the world. I don't even know them, but I believe that what God started, He's the one who has to finish it. Those listeners, they're all over the world, not only South Africa, but all over the world. Why? It's because of they become inspired by what MBS is doing. We are doing something which is totally different at MBS, believe it or not. We are doing something which is totally different. We don't do the news, we don't do all this kind of stuff. The only thing that we do, we inspire, we motivate, we encourage. That's it. That's what people need. The problems are there. What we need is to motivate, rebuild the spirit of people. There's an event that is coming up. There's an organization called Cancer Must Fall. So there is this guy who volunteered to do 300 kilometers from Pretoria to Polokwane. Probably is going to be doing that for 4 days. He wants to raise funds for cancer. You know, cancer is one of those things that it can catch you on the blind side, whether you fit, whether all that. But the problem is with cancer, it requires more attention, especially financially. And most of the people, they cannot afford. You end up dying while you're sitting on the waiting list to be helped. So the guy is ready, is preparing himself, is getting ready to start a race from Pretoria to Polokwane. That's 300 kilometers. I'll be talking to the guy very soon. I'll be happy if you guys, my beautiful listeners, come on board, sponsor, share, donate, because this is a good initiative. MBS, yes, we are in, we are donating, we are supporting this activity, we are supporting this good initiative. We are here to support each and every initiative with our time. We will do our level best to reach up to anyone that need to be reached. MBS, Mind, Body and Soul, and Knowledge Worth Sharing. The voice of hope, the voice of inspiration. I am your host, Raymond. I love you so much, my beautiful listeners, and your support means a lot. You know, when I started MBS, I never had that thing in my mind that like, I need more listeners. In my heart, I said, if God provided, He will bring listeners as well. And guess what? I have listeners that I don't know, coming from different countries. And you know what? I just want to say glory to God for what He has done for MBS. MBS is a station for people. It's a family, you know. To all those who are following, guys, feel free. If there's any help that you need, we are here. Let's talk. As a family, you know, it's simple to help one another. We might not have financial help for you, but motivational support, inspirational support, encouragement support, we have. In the midst, there are people who can help you financially, probably. There are people who can help you with advice to say, in such an issue, you can do 1, 2, and 3. MBS, knowledge worth sharing. That's the key. That's the foundation of MBS, knowledge worth sharing. The voice of hope, the voice of inspiration, the voice of encouragement. It's only God who leads this radio station, Mind, Body, and Soul. I just want to say to each and every one of you, thank you for your support. It means a lot. And you're listening. Thank you, guys. I love you. I love you so much. I want you to be strong. Keep strong. Yes, we all have challenges. But yeah, inside those challenges, inside those turmoil, inside those turbulence, there are opportunities. Take your time. Look at it. You will see an opportunity inside that challenge that you're experiencing. You will see greatness out of that challenge that it's happening in your life. My mentor said, when Goliath met David, Goliath was an invitation for David for the greatness. He had to face Goliath so that his way to the greatness is paved. You have the same invitation inside those challenges. Open up that envelope. Inside the envelope, there's greatness. Read between the lines. There's things that cannot be said by words, but with action, with your eye, with your sound mind, you can pitch through it. You can see it. My beautiful listeners, I love you so much. This is MBS, Mind, Body and Soul, and knowledge worth sharing. Ciao.
He knows knows your music. He speaks your mind. And he's got you locked on. Your online radio. The new online radio that makes you happy.